I'm going to start this helicopter at the back, for the tail. Here it says it is 140 and all the way to this center line. Then there is a 16 over the center line, which means from the center line to here is 8. So we take 140 and subtract 8. Then to get all the way to here, we need to subtract this radius of 20 as well. So it is 132, subtract 20, we get 112, okay? So I draw myself a construction line, a light construction line that is in line with this circle, this top part of the circle. And then I measure 112. I measure 112 and I draw a construction line downwards. Now we have this point, we have this corner over here. It shows that from that point it goes 15 down to this point. So I measure on this construction line I measure 15. Down, and then I draw the line that's connected to the bottom of the circle. Now that we have the tail part, we want to add in this radius. It gives us the radius 10. So I take my compass. I set my compass to 10. And then I put my compass in that corner where the two lines meet. I make a mark on the one line as well as on the other line. While I keep my compass on 10, I put it here where the first one intersects the line, and I make an arch this way. The reason we are making the arch this way is because we want this circle, this rounding, to be there. So the circle will go around this point. So that will be our middle point. Then we take our compass, put it on the other place where it intersects, and then I make an arch again. After that, I take my compass that is still set to 10, put it there in where the X, on the X where the two arches meet, and then I draw in an arch. Now that I have the arch, I can draw this line dark. This part of the line. Now that I have this radius over here, we are going down this side. It has a radius of 20. So on this construction line that I have, I'm going to measure 20 down. I'm going to use my compass. The reason I'm using my compass and ruler, or my compass to measure instead of my ruler, is because the drawing is very far away from my face. So for me to get a more accurate reading, I can move the ruler closer to me and make sure that I have the correct measurement on my compass. Then I just add the sharp point on that radius and I make a mark on the line. On that mark I made, I can now draw a construction line. After I have the construction line, now my compass is already set to 20. My radius on my compass is already 20, so I just add my sharp point there on the corner. Make sure that I have the correct spot there, and then on this side as well. Then I do the same steps I did for this one. Put it on the first intersection. Make a mark. I make the mark on this side for this one because we want the radius to go this way, so it's going to go around. Okay. Put it on the other intersection as well. And I have my center point. So my compass is set to 20. I put it on the X and I draw in my 20 radius arch. So now that we have this arch, we can draw this belly of the bottom side of this helicopter. We can draw dark. That goes all the way to this. Through there. Next, we want the ellipse. The ellipse, it says it's 85 by 40. So from this distance over here is 85 and this is 40. I usually take my compass and I set it to half of the measurement they give us. So for this one, I'm going to set my compass to 20. 20, and then I put it on this in the center line. And I make a mark one side and the other. Now we should see at what degrees does this angle go. I think it's 45 if I'm correct. Yes, 45. So now that that's 45, I draw a line of 45 this way. What's another way of making sure that we have a parallel line if we don't have our 45 degree square? Our compass that's still set to 20. Make a mark, put your compass on one side of the line, make a mark, on the other side of the line, make a mark. Do the same. There. Do the same on, oh, come on, this side as well. Put it somewhere on the line. If mine just wants to stand so, there you go.
So anywhere.
Yeah, I just usually do to the ends to make sure that I have a nice line. Close to the end, take your ruler. Make sure it touches both of the don't go through like this one, okay? It should just touch like that. And you draw the line. Same for this side, where it touches both of the circles. Just touch it, don't go through it. That's a way of making sure that these lines are exactly parallel to these. Then for this one, this side of the rectangle, from there to here it is 85. So we want to use only half of that. 85 is 42.5. So it's going to be somewhere between that's 40, 41, 42. So here between these two small lines, okay? So I'm going to set my compass again to make sure that my measurement is accurate to 42.5. I put it on the center, make a mark, make a mark, and then I can complete my rectangle. On this line and that line. So I put my compass here in the middle, made a mark this side and this side.
How much must the compass be set?
42.5. So it's going to be, where's my ruler? I lost my ruler. Oh, here it is. So it's going to, this is 40, if it wants to focus. 40, one line, two line, and then between 2 and 3. So it's going to be there somewhere. Okay, I know it doesn't want to focus, but there somewhere. Okay. If you measure this entire length, it should be 85, so 8.5 centimeters. This is the ellipse part. So for the ellipse, remember in our construction, this was A and this was B. This was E, I think. So we want to connect A and B. A and B, then take our compass, set it on E, measure to A, and then bring up on that line. Then we put our compass on B. Oh yeah, this is point F. Sorry, this is point F. Okay. Put our compass on B, measure to F, and bring it back till it meets this line. That is usually point G. Then we want to divide this line G and A. Take our compass, put it on G, measure it, so make sure that it's bigger than halfway. So I'm just going to make it a bit smaller, but it's more than halfway of this line. Make an arch on the one side and on the other side of this line.
More than halfway?
Yes, more than halfway. Then we keep our compass at that measurement, put it on A, and make our arches again. Now we connect those two X's. Connect it and draw a line until it touches this line. So where this line intersects this one, it's M1, and this one is M2. M2. Okay, so I want to get M3 next. M3 is going to be on this line. I put my compass on E, measure to M1, project it over to this line to get M3. For M4, I put my compass on E again, measure to M2, right, there I go, take my compass over, make my mark, and that is M4. Now we want to draw construction lines that goes from M2, that goes through M3. So from M2 through M3, and then from M4 that goes through M1 and through M3. Like that. The M are our middle points. So we take our compass, put it on M1 first, set it. So we set our compass on M1, adjust it to A, and then we draw in this circle. Then we put it on M3, and draw in that, it just wants to stay, draw in that circle. For this arch, we put it on M2, open it up all the way to B, make sure it connects, and then we draw in that top part. Keep it on the same distance, put it on M4, and that is our ellipse. For this radius here at the bottom, it says that it is 70. As you can see, it touches this line. So we set our compass to 70. Put it somewhere on this line, make a construction arch, put it somewhere else on the line, make a construction arch again, and then we draw this straight line that only touches the two arches, like that, and it touches this end. As you can see here, it touches this end of our ellipse. So my compass is still set to 70. I put it here on the corner on A, and then I make an arch that goes through that line we have. Now I can put my compass on that intersection and draw in this arch. We can now move on. For this line, it shows that it touches the ellipse. So we draw a straight construction line that touches the ellipse, like that, construction line. And we already have where it ends here, because it is 20, it's 20 from this line we have. So I can draw this line longer, this construction line, a bit longer, and then I measure 20. Put it there. Wait, let me just put it here to see where it ends exactly. Okay. Draw a construction line down. And I'm going to extend this one because we want to add this arch in here that has a radius of 20. So my compass is still set to 20. I put it here in the corner, make a mark there, and this should be the same. So let me just make sure it's still 20. Okay. Put it on one side, make a mark, put it on the other end, and then make a mark. And now we can draw in that arch with our compass that is set to 20. Put it on our X and draw in our arch. We can also draw in this line dark. So our tail is finished. Don't go through the circles. There we go. From here to there it is also dark. As you can see, it's a straight line. drawing the straight line dark, and this one is dark as well. Finally, next we want to add in this radius. We set our compass to 10 because it has a radius of 12. No, it has a radius of 12, so I set my compass to 12. Put it in the corner. Make a mark. Follow the same steps for all the other radiuses we added. And now we can draw in our arch. Here we go. Now all that's left is this top blade. From this corner to the center line is 8 and to there is 16. So the total is 16 and the center is 8. I'm going to draw a center line for that. Draw a center line, long, short, long. Then it has a height of 20. So I measure up 20. Draw a construction line. Okay. Then this distance is 12, so 6 to one side and 6 to the other. Here we go, measure 6 to the one side, 6 to the other, so it's 12 in total, and then I can just connect that to spots. There and the end. This part upwards is 12 and it's 12 wide as well as we have, so I can just extend this part a bit. Upwards, and make sure it's 12, and then I can draw that in dark. So we're going to move it down a bit. There we go. The blades are in line with this bottom part, so I'm going to draw a construction line one way and the other, and it is 80 millimeters long. So I'm going to measure 80 one side and 80 to the other side. It is 3 millimeters wide. Upwards, measure 3 millimeters, 1, 2, 3, and that is the top part of my blades. And that I can draw in dark. Oops, I went in the blade there. Just erase that part. Let's make sure we have all our center lines. I need a center line here as well because it's a radius, so long, short, long. For these two I need as well. So long, short, long, short, long. There we go. And this way. Okay, this way we have long, short, long, long, short, short, long. Okay. I think that's all the center lines. The others were already given to you. And that's the end of our helicopter.